All right, y'all. I want to welcome y'all to the K Chill Show. Man, today it mean a lot for me because we have somebody in here that's a legend from the city of New Orleans. I just want to tell y'all my take on her before we even get started and how I came across her. So I'm laying down in bed one night and I ran across her story, man. And it was so touching to me, it almost brought me to tears. Real talk as a grown man. And she explained some things that I would not have ever done as a grown man. I would be too scared to do them type of things. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give flowers to her. She our new Titi. She my new Titi. Don't play with that. And I just want to say, welcome to the show, Miss Ann Mays. How you doing, Miss Ann?
I'm blessed and highly favored, and I'm rocking with K Chill, my new family.
Yeah, man. And Miss Ann, I just want to say, man, your story is so touching because you have no fear. Like you don't you tell people exactly what's on your heart, and these are things that people need to hear. Like I'm convinced before we go in, before you tell your story, I'm telling you right now, we saying this out loud. You're gonna get out of that chair and you're gonna walk again with that confidence you got.
Yes, I am.
No, I know, no, I swear. I with the confidence you have, I know it's coming.
Yes,
No, real
I
talk.
received that. Yes.
So what I want to ask is, like in your childhood, like what your childhood was like as a little girl, like.
Well, to be honest, I really, really had a blessed childhood. I came from a family of entrepreneurs, a family, a wealthy family, that made sure that we didn't have to go out there and look for a job. My grandmother had a grocery store, bar rooms, candy stores, washateria, whatever it took for to make money. That's the family I came
So I did see where you had your mother and father y'all in the same house raised by your mother and
from.
father
Yeah,
at the same
yeah.
time. Okay.
My mom and my dad, yes, they was married. So yeah, I came from a mother and a father that was married.
So at what age did you? Because it's some street stories that I know of you. That like at what age did you get out there and you say, okay, I'm out here, I'm in the streets, like.
Well, when I was 15, um, I I took it up on myself and was running the street doing stuff that my mom, my dad, they had no idea of knowing what I was doing. So I think I must say I jumped off the porch at 15 years old.
Okay, and man, 15, I mean, we got a 15-year-old in the house, and I couldn't imagine, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like at that age. So, like, what was your first, like, what age when you first went on a mission? Like, I'm out here to get the money. Like, I'm talking about, like, what happened? Like, what did you do that got you your first street dollar?
Well, of course, my dad was a pimp and my mom was his wife.
Okay.
And I guess I was used to seeing them getting money and making money. So my dad had like 5 women living in the house with him, and I used to see these women go out there and sell their body and bring the money back to my dad.
Mhm.
So my dad said something to me like I really couldn't understand. I really didn't understand why he was saying what he was saying. So my dad said something to the effect to where if you ain't gonna do nothing with the you know
Yeah.
just give it to me and so I was very like I didn't understand what he was saying, but basically he was saying for me to go out there, I got a money maker,
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
out there and make your money. He
Yeah.
wasn't trying to pimp me, but he was telling me, you got a gold mine down there,
Yeah.
whatever you do, just make sure you make your money. So I went out there and I started hustling, jacking and robbing and doing all kind of stuff at 15. And of course, I was molested at 15, and I had my first child at 16.
Mhm. So,
I'm out dry.
oh, give me this answer. Where her,
It's right there.
Yeah, we got time. Shit, we ain't in no rush. This is an iconic story. And you know, I don't mean to cut into your story, but even if we wouldn't have did this content today, this meant a lot to me and my old lady to come. And because we shared some things in here that that was only God sent.
Right.
Like it was only God sent. If this wouldn't even happen today, um, man, we could have been anywhere else. But it was like we watch you every night. You know what I'm saying? And for the things that you've been through, I just feel like it's time for you to deserve you to get your flowers now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's overdue. And I'm not that strong. How strong you are, I'm not that strong. I'd have been tapped out. No.
Well, I've been praying for um, God to put people like y'all in my life, and I am so forever grateful. And it's overwhelming because I pray every day, and I pray that God allow the right people to come in my life because even though I was out there, jacking and rapping at a young age and stuff like that, I paid for my sins and I repent for my sins and the stuff that I did. But as you get older, to know better is to do better. And when you living right, God allow good people to come in your life.
Facts. Facts. And it's just, man, it's like when I got here, it's like I feel like we've been knowing you already. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's crazy how you could know people for years,
right?
And it don't feel like you know them,
right?
And you can meet somebody overnight, and it feel like y'all was supposed to been like y'all been knowing each other for forever.
It was already destined.
Man,
it was already destined.
You know the story that got me that was touching. If you could talk on that, was they had this guy that liked you, and he played Russian roulette.
Yes. Yes.
Man, can you tell us that?
The guy that liked me, he liked me. We was young. It was him and I and my sister. We was riding around in stolen cars and stuff like that. My sister was not that much younger than me, but she was younger than me. So we was just, joyriding in stolen cars and stuff like that. So he was like, let's go take a ride, to my house. We need to stop and I need to get something or whatever. So it was me, him, and my sister, and we went upstairs to the house, and while we up there, we laughing and joking and stuff like that. And he pulled out a pim pim. Mm-hmm. So when he pulled out it, he was like, we gonna play Russian roulette. Now, mind you, we young girls, we don't really know what young Russian roulette is. So when he explained it to us, he was like, well, I'm gonna just take all the bullets out and I'm gonna leave one. And he said, I'm gonna spin a barrel like that. And he was like, you go first. So I didn't know anything about that, but I did know that I'm not playing this game with no pim pim, and I'm not going first. But I was willing to play the game, but I wasn't willing to go first like that. So I was like, you go first. And he was like, no, you go first. And I was like, I was persistent, like, nah, I'm not going first because I never did this before. So my sister was just sitting there, just looking at us laughing and stuff like that because she didn't really know what was going on either. Mm-hmm. And they had a little black cat just running around the house, just black cat just running around the house. So we started playing, and he put the gun.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
He put it to his head, and he went click, and mind you, it didn't go off. So I was like, "Hey, what kind of game that is?" So he was like, in his mind, he never thought that we just playing a game. So he didn't think that, the pim was going to go off. So he put it to his head again. And it was my sister. Yeah, we still laughing at this time. My sister and me, I'm looking, he right next to me. And then when he put it to his head, this time when he clicked it, boom, he unalived himself.
Man.
Accidentally.
And for, you said that he fell right in your arms and you had to, man,
yeah, just for you. In my arms, but before he put it to his head, he was like, if if something happened to me, just know I did it for you, or something to that effect. But He fell in my arms, and my sister was screaming. The cat was running all over the house, and he just was in my arm. And my sister, I don't remember who called 911, but he was still on me when they arrived.
How long? Like, is that something that just stick with you forever? Like, if that's something, is it something that only time will heal?
Well, as time went on, I kind of like it never faded away. But as time went on, I lived with the fact that, he always was in my mind. That day always in my mind, was always in my mind. And the detectives, they had to do a interview with me and interrogate me, and I had to tell them that it was it was not suicide. It
Yeah,
was an accident.
accident.
So they found residue in his hand. So that confirmed that, you know, it was,
Yeah,
he did, unalive
yeah.
himself. But me going on with my life, years later, I wind up getting, almost getting unalive in front of the same house.
Man, in front of the same house.
Yeah.
So how did that come about when somebody tried to unalive you in front of the same house? What was the story behind that?
Well, I was married, and the guy I was married to, which was my first husband, he was cheating on me with the girl that, I grew up with. All us grew up around each other. We was raised in the same neighborhood and everything. But I was raised in a ninth ward, but my grandmother had the grocery store in the fourth ward, and then we moved in the sixth ward. So we lived in different, parts of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was I was going to a second line that day, and after the second line, I was in my truck driving up the street, and I wound up seeing the young lady who I grew up with in the trunk of the car that I used to drive. So she was cheating with my husband on me, and I got caught up in my feelings, and I got out the car and left the car in the middle of the street, got out and confronted her, and I asked her, a question or whatever, and then we had a little short conversation or whatever. It was two of them, and I was by myself. And when I walked away after I said what I said, she was like, well, B, you need to take that up with your husband. Of course, I turned back around and I was like, but what you said, what you called me? And I never really liked nobody to call me the B word because I used to hear my daddy calling women that all the time. And I was used to, accustomed to, the B word. And that's one of my pet peeves. I hate that word. So when she called me that, I turned around and I slapped her. So when I slapped her, I thought maybe them two was gonna jump me because I'm like, I'm ready to fight you and I'm ready to fight your friend too. Because I was used to, I was raised as a little girl. We fighting, we live to see another day. But unfortunately, they were standing up there and ain't nobody saying nothing, ain't nobody doing nothing. So I was like, oh well. So I turned my back to walk in my, I turned my back and walked away. And while I was walking away, she pimp me in my back.
Man, and that's crazy because you only doing the right thing because, and it's my husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't go confront somebody because this my husband. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm not out of bounds. Like,
Right.
I'm confronting somebody that's my husband.
And the only reason why I was still like some women out here would say, well, why you confronted him? I already had that talk with him, but at the same time, we were still married. He still was sleeping with me, and he was sleeping with her. He was selling me a dream, and me believing that we have a chance in our marriage, even though he cheated on me. I was willing to put our differences aside, and I still was willing to be with him. But at the end of the day, after she tried to unalive me, he came to the hospital and stuff like that, and he wound up divorcing me. Filed for a divorce while I was in the hospital. I was in a coma for a while, and 9 months later, he married her.
Wait, so tell today, right now,
Yeah,
they married?
yeah.
Oh, I'm done.
Yep, I've been in a wheelchair for 30 years. I had little babies. I just had a baby.
Miss Aunt, like, people um taking life for a joke right now. Like I'm looking at people, um, the way that people is moving right now. Nobody is taking their partner serious no more. It's like everybody just moving crazy, and they have um repercussions because of it. Um, we talked about your current condition,
Right.
which that happened also
Right.
with your husband.
With the third husband.
Okay. So that was on. So was that the same husband right there? That one or this one
No.
was?
The first husband was the one that married the woman that tried to unalive me.
Okay.
I got married again to another guy, and that marriage didn't work. But the third husband, which was my very first boyfriend when I was a little girl, he was incarcerated for 27 years. And when he came home, I wound up marrying him, and that's who I contracted HIV from.
Man. And so after you contracted the HIV from him, um, did he find out or you find out first?
No, he already. I don't know if he had to have it when he came home from
He
jail,
had to know.
because when he came home, he told me he got it from a female. But how you got it from a female if you've been in jail the majority of your
Release.
youth life, you
Yeah.
know? So when he came home, I mean, and after we was intimate and all that kind of stuff, then he decided to tell me like a couple of months later or whatever that he was HIV positive when I went to the clinic with him. And I went to the clinic with him, and the doctor asked him, was it fine for her to speak to him in front of me? And he said, yeah. And once the doctor knew that he had it,
Mhm.
that's when she was like, well, we need to test you. And when she tested me the first time, they didn't find anything. But just because they test you the first time don't mean that you don't have it.
Mhm.
It was in my blood at that particular time that she could see.
Mhm.
No, she didn't do blood work. But when she done the blood work, that's when they found out that I was HIV positive.
Now I'm gonna say this. How long ago that was, Miss Ann? About how long?
Well, it been January this year, it'll be 13 years.
Now, this is what I want to say to everybody. You look beautiful. And that my lady right there.
Right.
And I'm telling you that that's only God and the strength that you have in yourself,
right,
to look as beautiful as you are today. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's a testimony to let people know that you can live with HIV, but you got to take care of yourself.
Right.
And here go the thing. This is the crazy part. And I know this interview ain't about me, but from the moment I walked in this door, I don't see HIV. I don't. When me and my old lady came in here, that don't even register with me.
Right.
Even though you saying, right, in my mind, it's not there.
Right.
That's how strong of the energy that you have on you.
Right.
Man, when God put his hands on you, the energy is so strong.
Right.
We don't see that.
Well, to be honest, I don't see it either.
No.
You know, but people do judge you. People that's not educated on it. You know, I listen to them talking about other people and talking about don't eat from this person, this and that. But y'all here in my house, y'all see how clean my house is. And I take care of myself. I am very undetectable.
Let's have a laughing moment. They're scared of you, but then ate ass, then ate pig feet, then ate tripe, then ate everything below the balls to the asshole.
That eat everything. That eat everything.
That eat everything.
Yeah.
And you hear, that's why I said, like me coming to meet you is like, that's bigger than me meeting. You are a celebrity. Whether you know it or not, you didn't put in the work for that. That's already. And for everybody that don't know, this is the legendary Warren May's sister. This is his sister, which I want to say Warren Mays was probably the first artist to get a major record deal from New Orleans, huh?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this go way, way back. And so, man, it's like we just want to bring awareness to the people because they don't understand sometimes when they just hear that word, they just thinking crazy stuff. But the people that you turn down in life and you forget about probably gonna be the people to still be standing when your ass gonna fall down. Right. A lot of the people that look at people in a crazy way, they gonna come in last at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I always said, I always humble myself to the point where I don't want to get to the point where I'm thinking I'm bigger than nobody.
What people gotta realize is that when I was out there in the world, I was of the world, but now I'm in the world and I'm not of the world. And at one time, I didn't know who I was and whose I am. But now I know who I am and I know who I am and whose I am.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see if I'm saying it right. I know who I am
and where you're going and what you want to do. You definitely
this is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say I know who I am and whose I am.
Okay.
And, saying that I know who I am, but I know from God.
Yeah. Who you are. Yeah. No doubt from the soul.
So if a lot of people is not educated about HIV, quite natural, a lot of people you hear him saying, "Oh, that person got AIDS." It's the difference between HIV. HIV is a blood transmitted disease, and if you don't take your medicine and you don't take care of yourself, your viral loads. If your viral loads drop below 200, you can get pneumonia and it turns into AIDS.
Okay.
And I've been having HIV for 12 years, going on 13. And if I meet somebody, if I don't tell them that I have HIV, they will never know.
No,
because I take care of myself.
You can't. It's no way you can tell. There's no way. And you're probably still giving them hell. They still after them shit. Yeah. Now, come on now, Miss Ann had a name now there in the street. Shit. But, okay, so they had one part where this was like a Harlem Night story for me that I had heard, where you got that boy in that room and you had that gun under that pillow.
Yes, I did.
Explain that to me.
It was one of the guys that I was friends with, and it was one of the guys when I used to be going from state to state, transporting, drugs and stuff from state to state. And I was one of their runners. And so it was like, well, when you pick up drop and you get ready to come back, we'll pay you then. And I was like, nah, we ain't doing that. So I left and I, was coming back. And when they told me they weren't paying me until I got back, I was like, okay, I'm going to show them. So I never made it back.
You ain't came back.
So when I did come back, word on the street was, let it die down and we going to unalive her. So word on the street got back to me and my brother and my family. And the guy always wanted to sleep with me. So he was still flirting with me. So I set up a date. We set up a date and we went to the hotel. And I brought my film with me. I beat him there. And I'm going to beat you there and you meet me there. So I already had my pium under the pillow, and we did have sex. And after the sex, I came up with my pium and said, "Oh, y'all was supposed to unalive me." He's like, "No, who told you that?" And he was like, "Oh, you had that the whole while?" Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yes, because you had to fell in love by the time you had to grab that pistol. That joke had to fell in love with that.
Yeah. So I was like, back then I think it was like for a key it was like 15. So I was like, well, you got $15,000 with your coot,
Yeah. So how old you was at that age?
I had to be like 19, something like that.
So another way you say you used to set them up was like if you was underage, you would tell them like that's what you would hold on them, huh?
Yeah, I would tell them I'm underage and they would want to go to the hotel and all that kind of stuff there. And I call it promise pussy because I promised them I was going to give them some pussy, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So I took their drawers, their wallet, I took everything and just, left them in a hotel with nothing, so they had to call somebody to get their drawers, their clothes, or whatever it is.
And they can't say
And
who
they can't
did
say
it.
who
Yeah,
did it
because you was
because I was
already on the.
underage.
Hey,
Yeah.
who showed you that? Who
Well,
showed you
I
that
mean,
so
I
early?
come from a pimping up. You know what I'm saying?
So you already knew the game.
Right.
Man. And you know the crazy part is, like, I come from a little town called Opelousas, Louisiana, and we only like an hour and a half away from New Orleans. It's almost like night and day because it's like it's so country where I'm at. It go down over there, but like it's so many legendary stories come from New Orleans. Can you tell me this? Because nobody never asked you this on camera. How real is the voodoo how real was voodoo, in New Orleans, and probably still is, because they got the myth of it.
Right.
Like how real? Because I never seen nobody ask you this on camera. You got any kind of stories?
Well, I don't condone myself in voodoo, but I didn't hear all kind of stories that if you want a man stay with you, you take his underwears and you bury him in the backyard. And I heard stories about women with the red gravy and all that kind of stuff there. But I never indulged myself in that because where there's good, there's evil.
There you
and
go.
If you open up an evil spirit, you bringing it into your lifestyle.
Now, now you know how they have the visitors that go to the French Quarters and they be having little shops like that. That's not the real deal. The real deal was in the city. Like I would think that the French Quarters is like the stage of it.
The French Quarters is a place where they got people that teach you voodoo, but they literally have human beings like you and I. They got women that practice voodoo, and they got men as well. So at the end of the day, you got to be very mindful playing with evil spirits.
So even when you was out there in the streets, that like they had men out there doing that too. It just wasn't a woman thing.
Well, not had. Had is the past tense.
Yeah.
They got men and women still doing it today as we speak.
Man, you ain't gonna be able to get nowhere doing that because you got to pay for that. You got to pay for that at the end of the day.
Yeah, because with energy, whatever energy that you pour out, that's the energy gonna get back.
It's coming back. It's coming back. And every time I ever went to New Orleans, man, I get off of that Bonnet Carrot Spillway, take my ass to them French Quarters, and carry my country ass right back out the city.
Right.
Because when you get there, you have a lot of fun. But if you're not from the city, you don't know how dangerous just the next street over from you could be.
Right.
Like, so back in the days, like, when you ever hit like an out of towner lick, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say it's an out of towner that came to town and you was moving around. You ever finesse like that? Or did you only hustle in New Orleans? Or did you hit the highway and leave out of New Orleans?
Well, I hustle a lot in the French Quarter.
Okay.
But I never took my hustling to another state. Okay. I'm familiar with my state. And so if you came to my state and you new to the streets or it's New Orleans, yeah, all my leaks came like the French Quarter.
So now while you was in the streets, you never really had nobody try to jack you or none of that?
Jackers get jacked, robbers get robbed.
Yeah. I
jacked in somebody. I went to make a exchange from a key and $20,000. The guy, him and his brother, they went out the window while I was waiting for the yayo. And when they went out the window, I made a phone call and I jumped in my car and I tracked them down at Tastes in New Orleans East. And when I tracked them down, I pulled so close up to the door they went out the back. And I never seen them again in life.
At that point, they probably wouldn't be here no more if you'd have caught up with them.
Yeah. I was lurking.
Yeah.
I was tossing and turning and flipping and tricking. I want my 20 to this day.
Yeah.
Got to be more careful. Right spring, wrong.
So, what's your estimated, what's your most you ever made in a day when you was hustling?
When I was hustling, the most I made in a day back then had to be like $5,000. Man. And then it was going up because I was getting better and better. But the most in one day, I made $5,000. But when I was running
So Miss Ann, you didn't probably touch a million a couple of times.
Yeah, I had. That's why when people be saying about, I done been a million more than a couple of times, more than, and I am a giver. I done gave clothes away, I done gave money away, I done gave cars away, stuff like that.
So so I know your blessings come from giving, but would you think that that was your biggest things that was pulling away from you because you probably had so much of a big heart?
Well, I had so much of a big heart to my grandmother. She not here anymore with us, and she told me, she said, "Baby, you can't buy love," and that stick with me to this day. And to be honest, um, within the past couple of months, I learned to say no.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
learned to say no. I learned to love myself
Yep.
more. I didn't gave to when it came down to when I needed. Even the church people, I bought my first house. I was 28 years old, and I was giving all my tithes and stuff to the church. And when I needed help, the church wasn't there for me. So I thought everybody in the church house was good people. When I realized that it's just a building with a bunch of sick people that have wounds that's trying to get them healed.
Yep.
Once I realized that, I now I'm to the point to where I know how to say no. I know who to give and when to give.
The crazy part, because the day you start saying no, that's when you get all your peace back. But now you it's not a sense of loneliness.
That's when your phone stops ringing.
Your phone stop ringing and you by yourself. But that's where all your peace come in. What the day you say no is when your second life kick in.
Right.
Like the day you say no, all the bad energy that was pulling at you finally released.
Right. I can count the people since I've been living and I've been transitioning in my life working on me. I can count the people that call my phone on one hand. I can count the people that ever step foot in my house.
Man.
It's because I'm on a new journey. I'm on a new level, and I chose Jehovah over everything. He's first in my life, and I believe if I would have never draw closer to him, I would be incarcerated because people have tried me since I changed. Nobody tried me when I was walking, and since I'm a changed woman, I have had women to run up on me, and I had women to push me in my face, and I had to cry out to God and be like, because I wanted my lick back.
Yeah.
And what I realized is that the battle is not mine, and the fight that he gonna fight for me is bigger than the fight that I would give him. So a lot of stuff that I let ride, being in a wheelchair, I would have never let ride if I was walking.
Before, what's crazy though, because the things that the people don't see that we did in just over here before the camera get turned on is what I know gonna make us family. Because I didn't even care. And my old lady in here with us, and I didn't even care about plugging up none of this after we had done got here.
Right.
It's not. I make people laugh on the phone every day. But what if me making people laugh got me here with you? I look at the bigger picture. Because I didn't care about this no more after we got in here.
Right.
Like, if you ask me to be funny right now, I can't even be funny. It's real shit. Like, I can't even be funny. That's why I know we here for another purpose. When we walked in here, I got out the truck. I left all that equipment in the truck. I came give you a hug. When we got in here, I don't know why we here. I know who put us here. That's all I know. Because this shit heartfelt for me. Like,
I was trying to say, not to cut you, I was trying to say, I know who I am and whose I am.
There you go. And he helped me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like your story was so amazing. When I seen you online, she was in the bathroom hot curling her hair. That girl put that hot curl down. Because her story is similar to your story. You know what I'm saying? And We just grateful. We probably more grateful to be around you than you is for us.
And what I love about her is that she a queen, and she recognized me as a queen.
Yep.
And there's no jealousy. The spirit connect and everything. And
that's the thing.
And
that's the
from
thing.
One queen to another.
And there's no negative.
And this is what a real queen has to do to another real queen. I love you like this. You see that, huh?
Man, and you know the crazy part. And you know the crazy part. The crazy part is, man, I did not know how I was gonna get in touch with you, but I knew, knowing what you know, I said, damn, I gotta pull a chess move because she ain't gonna answer me.
I wasn't.
You see what I'm saying? I had to send her. Man, I had them type you on every social media platform. I said, nah, she don't move like that. To the point where we watching you on live, and I say, you might have to talk to her now, because she ain't fixing to open that invite. It ain't nothing. But, you know, like, it's just times like this right here that we just want to appreciate you and for sharing your story. And it's so, the reason why we're not going to go too long today, because we ain't, how Fantasia said that, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. We here for a long time, not a good time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at this like this our last time around each other. It's gonna be times we're gonna be around each other where the camera not even gonna be on at all.
Right.
All I know is we here because you can teach us some things. You know what I'm saying? As younger folks, and we know what's going on behind that phone. We're gonna help you get that together.
Right.
So I know your story could go on for days, but we're gonna save that because you also working on a book right now, right?
Yeah, I'm doing a book. The title of my book is Fault No One But Self. And the reason I title my book Fault No One But Self because a lot of stuff happens to a lot of us, and we want to point the finger at other people when we know better, and to know better is to do better. And I just feel like a lot of stuff happened in my life. I saw all the red flags and I ignored them. So a lot of stuff I fault myself. Mm-hmm. So my topic of my book is Fault No One But Self.
Now, and I'm gonna let you know we can help you with the audio. For the audio book, you can, if you want to do audio. Hey, that's what we here for. Right. So, man, Ms. Ann, this story could go so in depth, but I feel like we got more of a spiritual connection, right, to where this ain't the last time. No, I just wanted to let the people know who you are because it's time for you to get your flowers. You done been through a lot.
Yes, I have.
You know what I'm saying? And so
and I'm still forever grateful.
No, we forever grateful for you. You can tell them where to meet you at on Facebook and Instagram.
Y'all can meet me on Facebook as I Am Ann Mays. On YouTube, I have my own YouTube channel. It's I Am Ann Mays. On TikTok, I Am Ann Mays. Okay. So that's who I am, Ann Mays.
Okay, so y'all can type in Ann Mays, ANNMAYES, y'all, and y'all can find her on all platforms. If you can't find her, I'm going to be tagging all over my page, so you're going to be able to find her through me, definitely. But Miss Ann definitely got a real in-depth story, but we want to save that for your page. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to make your money on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to do this so that we can send our people to you because it's time for you to get your flowers off of everything that's going on.
Thank you so much.
So y'all look, y'all, we out and we got the legendary. We got our tea. This our tea. So y'all, y'all can start playing. And we don't stay too far. I drive right out here, whatever she need. That shit, hell, I'll go make groceries and bring up here if I got to. Yeah. So y'all, we got the infamous Miss Ann Mays on the show today, and we out, y'all.